What's up, y'all? It is Twilight. Is the 5G technology trying to take over for fifth dimensional consciousness? This is something that we are going to explore in this video today. I am going to pull out the receipts that I have. Then I freely say you are allowed to choose and decide based on your own intuition. One of the things that I always tell people is as long as you're not filtering information through your traumas, your fears, and your social conditioning and programming, then you have an opportunity to connect to your higher self. So this is how we become the leaders of our own self. We don't need a specific Messiah to lead us down the path of righteousness. All we need to do is learn how to connect to our higher selves. Once you develop that particular skill set, you are well on your way to having wholeness and completeness within yourself in this human experience. 5G technology is something that is highly controversial on the back end. While we have COVID-19 eclipsing everything in the world, there are so many things that are happening in the background that is not being printed in the media. Now, if you pay close attention, you must understand that the media itself is not independent, at least not what comes through your TV and normally your radio. If you do a little bit of research, from what I've seen recently, there are about 4 corporations who own the thousands of media outlets that are out here. So independent free media, definitely not something that we really have. So seeing certain biases is inevitable when we are watching the media. That said, again, there are so many things that are happening in the background that we need to be informed or aware of. However, we are not getting access to that information simply because they are controlling the narratives, because they are definitely infiltrating it with their biases. Now, one might say, okay, well, wait a minute though. I noticed that Fox News and for example, News One have totally different viewpoints. One is very liberal and one is very much so conservative. So how can you say that they don't have independence? Well, what you have to understand is that if you want to create a world where people feel like they have choice, then you have to present them both sides of the argument, but control the narrative on both sides of the argument. So in reality, what that's called in the woke or enlightened community is the illusion of choice. You can also look up a term called the Hegelian dialectic. The Hegelian dialectic. That's something that you should definitely research so you further understand how you can see 2 different perspectives and both of them be controlled opposition. So with this 5G, this is supposed to be an upgrade from 4G. And this 5G is supposed to be what's called non-ionized radiation. Non-ionized radiation is similar to your cell phone and your microwave, to name a few. Well, the one thing that I noticed that they did not delve into is the fact that a microwave is, when we put our food in there, it's in an enclosed space. In that particular enclosed space, that space is covered up with metal, stainless steel, and acrylic. So the skin is definitely not made of those types of materials, but in fact, we are going to have that level of radiation around us at all times. Also, people are stating that they have not done any animal trials. While most of us are under the shelter in place order, they're popping up these towers everywhere, and nobody is really being hip to it because everything is being eclipsed by COVID-19. So it is absolutely a concern, because it's one thing to close your microwave, put your food in it, and watch it spin around for a little bit, then take it out. Even some holistic wellness people are not even comfortable with that. They don't use the microwave. Okay. So with that said, it's one thing to see the microwave door closed. It's another thing to be living under that type of radiation day in and day out.
Black people need to wake up, clean up our bullshit, and get our own shit together. But that does not mean I am going to lie. You niggas have been living in a fucking bubble for 65 years. And then when somebody say some real shit, this channel is for truth. This channel not for, oh, let me make a nigga feel good. You can kiss my ass. Make some of you bitch ass fake revolutionary niggas feel good at home. I'm not going to do that.
It is surely going to have an effect on your body, on your own human electromagnetic field, on your own energetic frequencies. In fact, there's criticism for 4G LTE. There are people walking around with Orgonite stickers and have Orgonite towers in their home and are turning off their Wi-Fi and unplugging it. Why? Because it is disrupting their energetic fields. So what is the reason for all this energetic disruption? And is this argument worth giving life to? Are we being distracted? Is this something that we should even care about? Well, once again, we're going to explore that here. So I've made the argument that it will disrupt your human energy field, but it also has the potential to disrupt your cells. There is a term called hypoxemia. And in this particular condition is a state where the supply of oxygen is insufficient for normal life to function. It's a conditioned state where there is a low oxygen supply and the oxygen is being locked out of your body. Now, many people talk about potential for radiation poison. And what this does when you are experiencing radiation poison, okay, radiation poison locks oxygen out of your body. We obviously need oxygen to survive. Now, many of us humans are carbonite beings. We are carbon-based beings. But we must look at all of the components of our interior world as we are now. A lot of spiritual people want to assert that just because you are a being made of carbon, that you will be able to overcome this. And I am not so convinced. Here's the deal. Many of us are not eating foods that are high vibrational because we have unnatural foods that are being distributed through stores consistently. These unnatural foods don't even have seeds in them. So for the most part, we know that they are genetically modified. So we're not getting the same high vibration. Oh no, people, we are not done yet. We are not done yet. Part 2 is available right now if you log on to patreon.com. The actual specific link is in the description. All you need is a silver membership. Please log on to patreon.com and check out these essential videos about 5G. Attempting to be the artificial version of fifth dimensional consciousness. Yes, we're not running out of tissue over here. We got all of the essentials that you need. So head on over to patreon.com. Check me out. I'll see you guys there. Peace.